One of the most important aspects of prayer is to understand the wisdom and the spirit in which the prayers are offered. Normally, the people think of prayer as the relationship between a servant and the master, the servant and the Lord, and their God. Within that context, they assume their weaknesses and they yearn and seek assistance from all-powerful. They want the self-subsisting source to aid them, to protect them. If the prayers are looked solely from that perspective, it may cause some dependency. The dependency which is not healthy. While if the prayer be considered as a means to relate to the universal force, which is the source of all good, and in fact is the good, then when a person takes his steps, makes his efforts, and then recognizes that although he has done his best, nevertheless, he is a part of the whole. He is an element within a complex systems of an infinite integrated elements that have essential logical relationship with each other. Therefore, a prayer is validated through a struggling and a striving for excellence. When you try your best, then you recognize how meek you should be and how dependent you are on the rest of the universe. Prayer helps us to recognize our humility while we do our best, to recognize our powerlessness while we do all we can to have power to live, to protect, and to become the best that we could. So prayers are actually a vehicle to unite us with ourselves and with the universe as a whole. Of course, within this context, then the concept of God from hierarchical power will change and becomes, in fact, a part of us, dwells within our hearts, and therefore, if we want to recognize Him, we shall recognize our own nobility. This is why when we pray, the method of the prayers may be different. Directions of the prayers may be different. But nonetheless, the intention of the prayer is to unite us with ourselves and with the rest of the universe and with God, the source of the universe, whatever that source may be or however you may define it. So in short and in conclusion, prayers are not because we are weak. Rather, because we recognize that we are a part of the whole and we want to unite as a whole. So, the most acceptable prayer is not the one which necessarily is lengthy, and the most humble prayer is not the one that is offered while we are crying. Rather, when you do prayer in the spirit of wisdom, when you reflect, when you meditate, and then your intention is pure, then you have a goal, and then you take steps, and then you trust that whatever happens is the best, even if it does not happen how you wanted it. Therefore, sincerity, purity of motive, and to be detached from your wishes, desires, is the key to feel transformed. The aim of the prayer is transformation. To transform means to go beyond the forms. The forms are those that makes our ego, which is the lower self, to be promoted. While when we concentrate on the true self, our inner self, we see that there is a universal self, that we all are connected. And that is the spirit of the prayers. Thank you.